and welcome back to a new video. I'm guessing by now everyone has access to the secret clubhouse and has already had their fun playing Sims, essentially. But there has been a bit of a confusion as to how to get out of that secret clubhouse. It's not a big glitch for the most part, unless you actually are facing a glitch. The main confusion comes from the fact that there is no clear exit sign. What you do is you go to one of the clubhouses. The icons do show up on the sides for like the Sphinx, Dragon, and Hippogriff Club, and then you exit through one of the clubs. But this sort of situation did make me think about all the other things in the game that are not necessarily common knowledge. Some people may never really come to face them, but they are kind of useful to have in your repertoire, let's say it like that. And yeah, having a community, having people who also play the game and share this kind of stuff is really the only way to find out about these things. So why not make a video and try and list everything that at least I know, whether from my own experience or that I've read from other players. Maybe you have more ideas, so feel free to write in the comments so everyone else also finds out. So without further ado, let's start. First off, of course, is dealing with glitches. This game has a lot of them. They happen pretty much all the time, let's face it, especially if you have an older Android version. Then with every update, you're very likely to have some trouble in the game. And in some cases, it will require a manual fix. In others, you may be able to kind of get out of it with just some creativity. One issue that happens whether or not you have a new phone, old phone, iPhone, Android, doesn't matter, is you may lose your progress. There's no big secret about how to get that sorted. You definitely don't have to worry that you have to start from gear one, as long as you, well, first connect to Facebook, but don't rely on it as 100% solution, works every time. It doesn't. Sometimes Facebook will fail you as well. So what you do is save your player ID. Always save your player ID, either as a screenshot or write it down. You will find it on the loading screen. You will find it in the settings. Have it just in case. It may come in handy. If you lose your progress, write to support, write them your player ID. They will most likely respond to you within a few hours and you'll be back playing your game as if nothing ever happened. Stress-free, great solution. A more tricky situation may be when there's a glitch in the game that makes you kind of stuck somewhere. Sometimes you finish a task, but the sequence that usually happens where the stars fill up, the pop-up window shows up, it doesn't happen. So what you usually do is you swipe left. Yeah, swipe left. Like you would be exiting the app essentially, and it will kind of skip the part that was frozen and glitching, and you will just move on with your gameplay. Another one is getting stuck in places. It happened to me actually this week. I got stuck in Hagrid's hut, but it turns out there is a solution to that as well, and it doesn't involve taking a screenshot and writing to support. I'm not sure if it's gonna work always, but it worked for me at least this case. I kind of clicked on the screen and started dragging it up and down, trying to see if I could see kind of outside of the frame, and I could actually. And when I dragged it kind of down, I could see that the exit sign was in fact there. It was just kind of higher up. It's like they had zoomed in too close, so it was kind of cut out of the frame. So it just took me a couple times of like dragging it down again and trying to click on the sign before it like goes up again. And within like a minute, I think I was out. I managed to click it and it was, great. So no harm, no foul, quickly got out and could continue with the gameplay. So I'm not saying it will always work, but it's worth looking around. It's worth trying to click on things and just kind of use some creativity. Don't panic immediately. There's a good chance that there is a simple solution. It's just not the regular solution. It's just, it takes a bit of trial and error to find what works. But there are other features in the game that do not involve glitches. they're just, I don't know if that was planned or they're just there and we have the opportunity to take advantage of it. So one is that you can actually use the images that you get from time-limited side quests. I'm talking about the pictures you get in your dorm room on the wall. You probably thought they were tappies when you first got them, but then they wouldn't give you anything, and then you thought, like, why did I even bother with this? They're completely useless. They're not. If you do full marks or daily planner and you have a tile or a task that requires you to collect a certain amount of energy from spots around the castle, that's where these pictures come in handy. Sure, they won't give you actual energy, but they will count towards these tiles and these tasks. So you can click, even if you have just one picture, you can click on it 15, 30 times in a row within a span of a minute, and there's no recharge time for them. And whilst they won't give you the energy, they will count as energy spots. And I say spots, so one picture 15 times will count as 15 energies collected from around the castle. So it's very easy to fulfill those tasks in full marks, very easy to get a task done in daily planner, especially if you're not actually interested in playing the game that day. Maybe you're stacking energy or something and you just want the stamp card reward. You have one task that you need to do from the daily planner. Here's your task, here's your solution, and you didn't have to spend and waste anything. So that one's a great one, I think. Another one regarding full marks is maybe more commonly known, which is when there's a tile that requires you to spend a certain amount of coins and the boost costs coins, because now it looks like they are varying between gems and coins. But when it's coins, the coins that you will spend for the boost will actually count towards the tile that requires you to spend coins. So if there's nothing else where you need to spend, then no worries, you don't have to do any additional spending, any other purchases. If you're going to buy the boost, then buy the boost and it will fill the tile as well. Another one regarding events, this one I think most of you will be aware of by now, is that clean sweep doesn't stop once you've finished. So essentially you get the final reward and it will actually ask you most likely whether you want to continue. Some may not want to, because let's face it, we kind of hate clean sweep. It's annoying with all the animations and how much time it takes to do all the Quidditch friendlies. It's hell. But if you're missing some quests, if you're still missing some house points, it depends on which sequence they do, the holy trinity of events. So if you're still missing some and you have the time and you have the tickets or time to get the tickets, then you are more than welcome to continue the clean sweep and potentially finish all the events and get all the rewards. So that's a pretty cool feature. It's nice. It's similar to how they changed the stamp card, that now you can actually refresh it and you don't have to wait a couple days before you get a new stamp card. So more rewards in less time. Who can complain about that? And final one that's at least on my list is the 3-hour task magic. Let's call it that. So it works on story tasks and I think side quests as well. And it's best, let's say you finish, I don't know, it doesn't matter, 1, 3, 8-hour task, something. You finish it, you've used up all your energy, you've got nothing, and the next one is a 3-hour task. You don't actually have to wait till you have full energy to start it. In fact, it's better that you start that 3-hour task straight away with no energy whatsoever. You will fail, but the beauty of it is, within the 3 hours that it takes for the task to kind of run out of time and for you to fail, you will have full energy. You fail the task, it asks you to whether you want to start again. You of course go yes, because I want to move on. So you start it again, this time with full energy, and what will happen is each of the 3, 4, and 5 energy tappies, it doesn't really work with the 1 energy, and I don't think it works with the 2 energy tappy either, but with the 3, 4, and 5 energy tappies, each tappy will give you 1 energy back. Literally, not upon reaching a star, but every single tappy. So you get energy back as you're spending it. which means that you can finish a task with less energy and a lot faster. And you may, if usually a 3-hour task requires you full energy and then some, like another half a bar, then this time it will take you 1 full energy and maybe a little bit of something else. So you may need to wait a little bit for your energy to recharge, or you may have some energy spots around the castle that you can take energy from, and you will finish that 3-hour task in no time whatsoever. So it's a good way to save some time, lessens the waiting around. So why not take advantage of it? It doesn't work on classes though, I will say. So for grinding, it's not the best. It's not, you can't use that for that, but you can use it for story tasks and side quests, and I think time limited side quests as well. So keep that in mind when it happens. Don't wait to start a 3-hour task when you can just let it fail and take advantage of it. That is kind of it for me. I think I listed all the little like tips and tricks that I'm aware of, but if you know some more, feel free to write them in the comments so everyone can see. Let's make this a community where we share knowledge, not just me, because I myself am not finished in the game. I'm in year 5, although I am trying to get to year 6 now and really focusing on the story. But yeah, there's still plenty for me to discover as well. I'm sure some of you who watch are in like year 7 and they're like, yeah, we know this, we know some more. Well, this is your opportunity to share all that knowledge. Thank you for watching. Hope you found this useful. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.